What's poppin' YouTube? You already know, Splash coming through. Got a little topic video for y'all today. After seeing a blog that my friend wrote, because she sent it to me. So, she wanted my opinion. So I said, alright, I'm going to do a video for it, because I know y'all will want to know too. And so far from my ex-homo video, there's a lot of opinions on it. And a lot of people that's feeling me on what I'm saying. So, I'm glad y'all respect my intelligence. So her blog is about why, she titled it Why Confuse a Child. Basically, it's about lesbians raising a child together. Whether the child's from a previous relationship or they had it through, other means of insemination. So she thinks that you should let the child grow up thinking it has two mothers. And in some cases, of course, the stud wants to be called daddy. And she thinks that would be confusing to the child. She thinks that the child should only be raised knowing one mother and knowing that the mom has a girlfriend or a wife if they're legally married. And if the father is around, let the child know their dad. And they're too young to be confused. Although when they grow up, they will know, that this is your mom's girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the female or stud prefers to be called. But she thinks that they're too young, so they should live a normal childhood. Meaning one mother, one father, if the father's around. And she says she also has a problem with studs, AGs or doms, having problems with a femme's baby daddy being around. Alright. Now, she's a lesbian that wrote this, so. Alright, my views on the whole lesbian couple raising a child. Yeah, the child's young, but it depends on their intelligence, because I know somebody, their child is very smart for their age. They're 3 and 4 years old. And when she sees me, she knows, but she doesn't know. Sometimes she'll call me a boy, and sometimes she'll call me, she'll know I'm a girl. But it's like she's confused. But she's not your average 3 or 4 year old. Now, if we talk about your average, if their parents aren't doing what they're supposed to do, then it becomes a little difficult. It becomes a debated question. So my answer to the question is, it depends on what the two parents are used to. If the father is around, he could just be giving money. But if the child is exposed to the father, then they wouldn't have no other issue. Because I've seen it before. Like, I have some friends. The girl has like 4 kids. They don't call the girl daddy, although she's a stud. They call her by her name. So they know she's a girl. Some of them, one is a baby. Well, he's probably like 1 now. And the rest are, middle, toddlers, and up. I think the oldest is only like 12. So they know. It depends on what the parents do in their situation. If it's 2, sometimes they may say it's 2 mothers, which is not a problem. But if the stud prefers to be called the father, then that's their own issue. Although it's her opinion, thinking it's confusing to the child, you don't know, because you have to be in that situation to say, if you get a girlfriend, if you plan on having children with her, what are you going to call? So, I think it's just all about personal opinion. What's the intelligent capacity of the child? Because some children do know. Some children may be confused. But that's when you decide to talk to your child. Because like I said, my friend's child is like 3 or 4 years old. The one that's in my other video. And she's smart. She's like above her level right now. What she should be at. Like, she'll probably be graduating college at like 15. Because she's, well, not 15. Probably high school at 15. But I'm not saying she won't. But she's very intelligent. So it's like she knows, but she doesn't know. But when she gets probably like 5, she'll realize, okay, well, my mother likes women, so I guess she'll respect what the person wants to be called. Because some studs could be F to M, you know? FTM could be female to male. So then, what do you call that then? Is it, the girl's not going to be one called her wife or her girlfriend? Now, if the dad is not around and the stud decides to fulfill that role, there should be no problem with the child being able to call the stud daddy if the stud portrays that gender, because it gets confusing. You can't tell somebody what they are or what they believe they are. So that's where that ends. That's how I feel about that whole situation. Now, with studs interrupting on baby daddy's situation, that is up to the baby mother. If the baby mother decides that, okay, she want to cut off her baby daddy for her stud, then that's their problem. Although my friend does have her opinion in her blog saying they shouldn't push the child away, but you gotta think about certain situations. The stud may be bringing in more money than the baby father. The baby father probably don't want to see the child. The baby father probably don't really be there. Now, not knocking the people that is there. The people that is there, I would see a problem with that because they do want to be in their child's life. So it would be a fault on the stud to be pushing the baby mother to cut off all ties with her baby father, because the baby's gonna if the baby's already around the father figure, they're gonna want to continue to be around it no matter who the mother dates. And as they get older, they can change, talk to the child and tell them about what the situation is. So that's where that becomes kind of difficult. It all depends on circumstance. Yes, my friend has a strong, harsh opinion, but I think it's all about circumstances and the intelligence of the child. Because some children you could talk to straight up and they will understand. Some children you can't because they haven't developed, depending on how the family has groomed them and, is teaching them. Also, let's see, what else did she say? Okay, she says, just because you choose to be homosexual, don't punish your child making them think they have no dad. That's why I'm saying that they have to talk to them. They can't just, say they have no dad. They can say they have a dad, but your dad was not there. If the stud fulfills that role of the father, because, yes, studs do act masculine, and studs do masculine things, and sometimes even feel they are masculine or male and portray that in life, then they're not destroying the child's life at all. There's no such thing as a normal childhood, because everybody did not grow up in a normal childhood. No white picket fence, no, you just came up, your family's rich every day. There's hard times out in society right now for everybody, whether you rich or not. Probably the only thing is celebrities is the only people that really got stuff, and high class conservatives that don't really care about lower middle class. If we talking about lower and middle class, even though there's no classes in America, but there are, then we will say that it's not ruining the child's life. If you can groom your child to the best of their ability to succeed in life, there should be no way your child's life will diminish in any way. That's why I disagree with her on that. You're not going to ruin your child's life. Normal childhoods are not normal. And that's all I got to say about that. So y'all can give y'all opinion. Tell me what you think, because I want to know. Splash is always here. I'll probably do some more dancing videos soon, more rapping. I've been taking a little vacation for the past couple days, handling some business and stuff. So get at me. I'm out. Peace, y'all.